Hello children and families of Cloister Club, it's lovely to have this opportunity to talk with you again. Today I'm going to be talking about seeds because in our gospel reading for today Jesus uses the idea of a seed to talk about himself to his friends. In the springtime, of course, we often think about seeds. I've just been ordering a lot of packets of seeds from a company, and I'm going to be spending my weekend planting them in the garden. But there are all sorts of seeds you might have around about the house. So I'm going to show you some that I've got here if we look at my plate. So here I have got some sunflower seeds. Sometimes we put those in bird feeders, but you might also plant them to make lovely big sunflowers. But you can also eat them. I like putting them in my bread mix. And these are pumpkins. So from this tiny seed, we get a huge pumpkin, about that big. These are linseeds. Again, I put those in my bread. And these really, really tiny ones are poppy seeds, and they're often put on the outside of loaves of bread because they're lovely and crunchy. Jesus sometimes talks about a mustard seed in his stories to his disciples. So see how tiny one mustard seed is. And he says that if you plant a mustard seed, it grows into a huge plant. Who would think that from something so small, something so big and wonderful can grow? And here we've got some exciting seeds. Look at them, they're in a flower-shaped seed pod. That's called star anise because it looks like a star and it smells really lovely. And I wonder whether you know what's in the middle there. Those are the seeds that we put in a saucepan to make popcorn, which is really yummy. We like making that when we're watching a film together in the family. But what's true of all of these seeds is that you can eat these ones. Don't go eating normal seeds that you plant in the garden because not all of them are yummy. But these ones you could eat if you wanted to. The popcorn ones you'd have to cook. But if I eat my popcorn seeds, I can't plant them in the ground. I have to make a choice. And I have to decide, do I want to make this one seed into a yummy piece of popcorn, or perhaps I want to keep it and set it aside and bury it in the ground, and when I've done that it will be an enormously much bigger plant that will make lots of other popcorn seeds. So I have to decide, do I want this popcorn now, or do I plant it and make much more popcorn seeds later? The best thing to do, of course, is to set some aside for each of those tasks. So why was Jesus talking about seeds to his disciples then? This is because he was trying to get them to understand that he was going to be away from them for a while, but that when he came back it would be much, much better. And so he uses the example of a seed to talk about himself. He says, there will come a time when I will be like a seed buried in the ground and you won't see me for a while. But when you see me again, it will be like that seed has germinated into a wonderfully beautiful plant. And I will be able to be with you and with everybody in so much more of a better way. And so when we come to Good Friday and Easter, think about that story of the seed. Jesus is a bit like a seed which has been buried in the ground, but will come back and germinate into so much more of a beautiful plant, so that Jesus can be with everybody in the life after. So that's what we're thinking about today, and I'm just going to close now with a prayer for us all. Dear God, thank you that you have promised to be with us always. Sometimes we don't understand that you are closely with us, even though you are, and we thank you for your loving care. We thank you for the springtime and all of the plants growing around us. And we thank you for the miracle of a tiny seed, which when planted in the ground will grow into a beautiful plant. Thank you for all these things, dear God. Amen.